Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Hi. It's me,
Hello.
Elena, and you, Bis.
It's me, Abyss.
Yeah. We were playing Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble 16-bit today.
Whew.
Why not have it be 60 FPS? Well, yeah, also why not do widescreen?
Imagine screens being wide. What
I'm wide.
Oh my god, Chroma, that's a... Chroma, what is that emoticon?
Yeah, when I started the stream today,
Surprise.
they were like, you want to see a terrible default emote on Twitch? And then I saw that, and I was like, oh, okay.
And then Chroma was just like, damn, I'm gonna just taint more things with this. It's good to see.
Hi everybody.
Hello, Addo. Hello, Shan. Hello, Chroma. Hello, Stream Elements.
We don't have Shan.
Hello, Callie. Hello, Adam.
You said hi to Shan, but Shan's not here.
Oh. Oh, that was the previous stream.
You're the previous stream.
I had to show my cool friend.
What is this, Sonic 3?
Emote.
It's the end of Sonic 3.
Yeah. Once we've gotten past this stage, I will tell you about the article I was just reading.
Okay.
It's quite an exciting one, I think.
You want to tell everybody that Sonic Frontiers demo was stolen from the game show?
Yeah, apparently somebody just shoved a USB stick in there and just downloaded the demo and left. So,
that's incredible. I'm pretty sure something like that happened with Breath of the Wild years ago, I was mentioning as well.
I think it's so funny because people have been making all these jokes that are like sped up gifs of people running, and it's like me running away from Sega with the Frontiers demo up my ass. Like,
how do you switch to... There we go.
And then somebody just actually did it. I feel like it would have been a missed opportunity if they did not put the USB stick in their ass. If they didn't, like, I will judge them for it. So anyway, I don't think the full game was on there. I think, like, it's still a thing where, like, they can only leak so much from it.
Yeah, because it's a demo.
Yeah, but it still kind of sucks.
It's just, like, it's incredible that, like, they went to all this trouble, and it was still just as plain as somebody sticking a USB stick in there to get the demo.
They're being their ass.
Oh yeah, sticking it in their ass to get the demo.
I like how, like, there's no advantage to doing that. It's not like there's airport security or something. They don't search your luggage. That is true, Chroma. Just, like, honestly, just fucking, like, apparently from what I've heard, like, it's not even a good demo, because it's only 15 minutes. And apparently, like, there's about roughly 15 minutes worth of tutorial if you're a first-time player.
Oh my god. Also, so to say, I've talked about this before, but just about how they handled this in general being just a disaster. Because it's so funny because, like, they're like, you can't film this, no filming this. And then they just had it in, like, an open booth that you can just see from all over the place, and anybody could just kind of stand anywhere and just have their phone there, and, like, nobody, like, they couldn't tell. Yeah. It's like, put it in a tent or something.
For people that are not, like, in the know, number one, yes, they had people being bodyguards to the fucking game footage, and people were having to, like, this was at, like, Tokyo Game, or whatever the game show was, I can't remember, but people were having to, like, record from across the room in, like, a selfie mode, and, like, over their shoulder is, like 12 pixels of Sonic somewhere. And then there was the fact that there was, like, apparently a bug where people were managing to keep their save file between sessions.
Oh.
So then more was shown than they wanted. And then now this has happened. And also, yeah, the demo is time-gated. And like, I know 2 YouTubers who both said, like, one of them said that they just snuck an extra go while nobody was looking, right? And the other one said that, like, they missed a minute of playtime because of, like, some technical difficulties, and then were given an extra go because of that. And both of them were like, you need it, like both of them were like, the 15 minutes isn't long enough. You basically just finished boring tutorial shit. The second playthrough was when I actually liked the game.
Oh my god. So you're just shooting themselves in the foot at every moment, like at every point in this, aren't they?
Also, I found an interesting article from... I'm not going to give you the...
Tell me about the article.
So it's from some random game news site that has an unsecure connection, so don't go there. But it says, Sonic Frontiers co-op PvP multiplayer crossplay cross-save? And then the article is, can you play local same split-screen or online co-op PvP multiplayer crossplay in Sonic Frontiers? A 3D platforming game developed by Sega.
They just search engine camping, essentially.
Yeah, Sonic Frontiers is similar to earlier games of the series. No, it isn't. Letting users move with high pace through maps containing obstructions and rivals.
Like this just to without any info, just to camp the spot so that when there is info about it and people look it up, they can fill it in then.
Oh no, there is info. Like, for example, they clarify that it contains maps that have obstructions and rivals. But also, listen to this. Does Sonic Frontiers support local or online co-op multiplayer? Can you play couch, shared, or split-screen co-op in Sonic Frontiers? Sadly, Sonic Frontiers does not support couch, shared, split-screen co-op. Can you play online co-op in Sonic Frontiers? Alas, Sonic Frontiers does not offer offline co-op. Can you play couch, shared, or split-screen PvP multiplayer in Sonic Frontiers? Sadly, Sonic Frontiers does not offer couch, shared, split-screen PvP
They're just camping.
Can you play online PvP multiplayer in Sonic Frontiers? Unfortunately, Sonic Frontiers does not support online PvP multiplayer. Can you play crossplay in Sonic Frontiers? Alas. Sonic Frontiers does not support crossplay. Could you use cross progression in Sonic Frontiers? Sadly, Sonic Frontiers does not support cross progression. And then they have an info chart. Online co-op, no. Local co-op, no. Combo local plus online co-op, no. LAN co-op, no. Local multiplayer, no. Online multiplayer, no.
Suffice it to say, this game is not multiplayer.
Combo local plus online versus multiplayer, no.
Imagine if that one was yes. The rest of it is all no, but somehow that one was yes.
They refuse to elaborate. LAN versus multiplayer, no. Cross-platform multiplayer, no. Cross-save, no. And then at the end, it's just some generic fucking factoid they probably got off Wikipedia about the game. Which is wrong because it says... Never mind, I'm not even gonna get into that, whatever. But
I'm not too bad at classic Sonic games nowadays, am I?
No, you're pretty good.
I look pretty competent. Which is good, I should by now.
No problem, Chroma. Anytime.
You could set this to play in 20 FPS. Probably for extra authenticity, but...
that's not the frame rate of the Mega Drive titles.
No, I mean, no, the special stages you could set to play in 20 FPS.
Oh, yeah, that checks out. But I fucking hate...
I thought it would be nice to make it smooth.
I hate special stages like this. Like, a load of fan games have like... It's just run and then, like, strafe left and right and you're on a thing. And, like, a load of them have it, and it just feels, like, really uninteresting.
Oops. I didn't learn my lesson about those slowing me down, I guess.
It just feels so plain, you know?
Right as you said plane, the plane appeared.
I have summoned it. What can I say? I'm
guess
literally
you could
magic.
say that again, and it feels plain.
Oh, you've lost a fang, there's no pippus.
What was I gonna say?
Do you ever wonder what would happen if Fang died?
Nope. Hey Bis, did you see about did you see the dream I had the other night?
No!
Oh, go to my Twitter and read that out. That would be good for the stream.
You think it would be good content if I go to your Twitter and just read out tweets?
No, read out the tweets about the dream I had the other night. It's like,
okay.
So we can talk about it.
Okay. Interestingly, even though I'm right-handed,
no, that's not my Bis! Read the ones about my dream!
Sorry. Yo, did Twitter get rid of the trans flag emoji?
Never mind. You're gonna be a stinker.
I had a dream that Super Mario Maker 3 had been announced, and in it, you could play as Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
In the 4-player competitive mode. There was a 3D battle arena you had to play in between each level. There were extra costumes for characters. Nintendo would never bother with that fucking shit. There was only one theme. I actually kind of like the idea of that. The battle arena was like a big circular area surrounded by water, and you try and knock out the other players by jumping on them, throwing stuff, etc. Typical Mario stuff. Is that just Mario Wars? One of the costumes in the dream was for Mario and made him look like a smooth yellow Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it was kind of like he was wearing like a hat that was like shaped like Donkey Kong's head, you know, with a little swirl, but it was like bright yellow and like smooth and plastic.
Oh, the singular theme was not a pre-existing Mario game, but one they had made up for this game. It was a 2.5D like Mario 3D World and had a ton of like new stage gimmicks and enemies and such that were unique to the game. But I don't remember any of them anymore.
Unfortunately, I don't remember what they added, but I just remember it being interesting that they had like added a bunch of new things.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah?
Did Mario Maker 3 have like local co-op?
Maybe? I don't know.
Did it have local PvP?
One thing I didn't mention in these tweets, but I remembered shortly afterwards, was that King K. Rool was in it as well. You could put him in the levels. You know,
well, I mean,
with the addition of Donkey Kong. So what do y'all think? How would you feel if that was Super Mario Maker 3?
I feel like a single style.
I remember in the dream it was kind of like they wanted to make it really different because Super Mario Maker 2 didn't do that well.
I think I like the idea of a single style, but I think that making it 3D is a mistake. Because then they'll do a lot of nonsense, because they'll get paranoid about models clipping.
Well, because they wanted it to be, you know, brand safe.
Well, that's the problem, it shouldn't be brand safe, it should all be Mario 1. Mario 1 should be the only style represented.
I can't... this was literally just a dream. I didn't have any input on it. It just happened as my brain gave it to me.
Okay.
We're getting upset at a hypothetical Nintendo that was in my dream.
My issue with the multiple themes is just like, they don't even play like the original games anyway, so just, like, what's the point? Like, they were like, we'll just we'll play like New Super Mario Bros, but we'll just arbitrarily hide the spin jump in Mario World.
They sort of, instead of like trying to recreate all the classic Marios or whatever, they just went hard into just making it like unique to this game. You know, just like, so they just went hard into doing new stuff, and because they only had one theme, they could do more stuff because they only had one theme to worry about?
No, Adam, like, in Mario Maker, every single game has the exact same, like, movement. I was like, there's extra moves you unlock in some, like, you can only wall jump in New Super Mario Bros., etc., right?
Okay.
But, like, none of them have the individual games, like individual, like, Mario movement,
yeah, they rewrote all of that. it doesn't have anything in common
Like,
with the original games. I can tell you, as somebody who's spent a lot of time practicing speedrunning the original Super Mario Bros., it feels really different. And also you can tell the difference, well, you could have when the game still existed, but you could tell the difference with Super Mario Bros. 35 as well, where they tried, like, really extra hard to make the movement in that authentic to the original Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, I like the fucking physics of Mario 1. Like, that's like... Okay, I'm gonna make a super big fucking hot take here that a lot of people aren't gonna like, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like Mario 1 more than Mario 3.
I think I agree, actually. My favorite, of course, is 2, just because that's what I grew up with. But after that, I like the first one. I also like original Mario Bros. The original arcade Mario Bros. If you want to talk about weird movement. I actually like the movement in that game a lot. And I seem to know how to play that game more than most people, because anytime I find an original Mario Bros. In an arcade, I set the high score on it. So... That's one of my best. That's one of the arcade games I'm best at, is original Mario Bros. I'm kind of proud of that.
I'm gonna need to trust you not to dump me after this, but like, Mario 2 I have a complicated relationship with, right? Because I always start it really happy. Like, I really like the aesthetics, and I think that, like, it's got... I think... okay, everything about it is really good for, like, one world, right?
I see, yeah.
But I don't think it gets... I don't think the way the level design evolves interests me.
I see.
Like, I think it's a game that I would have liked. I feel like it's a game that would have benefited from
levels with like unique designs and stuff, like the one where you have to like fly on the birds the whole way.
I mean, like, yeah, but like it just feels like that's too few and far between. Like, I think more variety and gimmick stuff would be nice.
I see.
Because I feel like the baseline mechanics don't go hard. In a way that's enjoyable.
What about the Super Mario Advance version, where they added a bunch of stuff?
I haven't played that in a million years. Also, they fucked up the Koopa shells in that one, so I hate it. They take perfectly good pixel art, and they're just like, okay, it's always at 1.25876 fucking scaling.
I don't know, it doesn't really... Well, I grew up with it, so I'd probably give it a pass.
I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry. I just...
There we go.
Also, it fucks me off that it's called an albatross.
Well, because it tosses bob-bombs.
Oh, I never figured that out.
Yeah. But I love Super Mario Bros. Too. What was I gonna say? I think, it's a real toss-up between Super Mario Bros. 3 and World for me, which one I would put above the other. They're pretty close in my head. I think I like Super Mario World better than Super Mario Bros. 3. So,
I mean,
I think I like that one better.
I mean, you
Super
don't
Mario
have to
World
agree.
is weirder. Because Super Mario Bros. 3 was interesting because when I play that, I'm like, this is really just sort of this represents where they went with the entire rest of the series, really. Like, it feels like the first, like, modern Mario game, if that makes sense. Because, like, it has a lot of conventions, and, like the art style of it and everything is very much like,
I think it's
this is
really
kind of where it
interesting.
went.
I think it's really interesting that Super Mario World was originally going to be like a very direct sequel to 3.
Yeah, Super Mario World I like better because it doesn't really represent where they went after that. Like, it feels more experimental and weird.
Isn't that interesting, though? That, like, the very next game, they're like, okay, we can't do 3 again. And then they proceed to do 3 again for, like, several decades.
Yeah. 3 is probably my least favorite of the classic Mario games, but I've also played it the least, so...
Wait. I think... Wait, either I've misunderstood what you're saying, or Adam's misunderstood what you're saying.
I put 3 below 1, 2 in World. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you do?
Yeah. But then there's also Japanese, too. I probably put that one my lowest, actually. Like, I enjoy it, but it's like... I don't really like playing it all the time.
As long as it has continues, so functionally, I think. So I think like I tend to like. Do all versions have continues, or just some version I played? Because on the Virtual Console it was the NES version and it had continues.
I would definitely put 3 above Japanese Super Mario Bros. 2. I would much prefer to play Super Mario Bros. 3.
Can I just clarify why I don't like 3 very much?
Okay.
I think my issue with it is that it has, like... It feels like... okay, so I like Super Mario Bros. 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a very heavy game, right?
Yeah.
It's a very heavy game, and it's very arcade, and like... it's very heavy, and like... In a lot of ways, 3 is like... It
kind of has momentum, you know? You get up to speed, and then it's harder to stop and turn around when you're at full speed.
This is actually the interesting thing, is that I think that 3 is the natural progression of 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in a weird way, I don't like it for that. Because because in 3, it's like, the difficulty, like, scales in a way I don't like. Because Mario difficulty is very binary. It feels less resistive. It's less like you can do better if you want. It's more like you beat the stage or you don't, fuckface, right? And that's okay in like Mario 1 because every stage is like the same theming anyway. It's more just like you get as far as you want. And even if you die in like World 4, you know? It's like, who cares, you know? Like, that's fine. It's fine to die in World 4, just give it another go. But in Mario 3, it's this super fucking long adventure with like a ton of worlds, and a lot of levels in each world and stuff. But then also...
that's really the problem I have with it, but...
I mean, I know, but I'm just saying my problem, which is different
yeah,
from your
I know,
problem.
I'm just adding to discussion.
Yeah. I think that's just my issue, is that, like, in 3, I want to progress. I care if I game over deeply, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which then makes the very, like, in my opinion, kind of unfriendly and obtuse Mario-esque difficulty annoying. Especially, like, I usually
get difficult.
Yeah, and also, by the way,
I usually use warps to get through that one.
The music in the Piranha Plant world, like on the map screen, is fucking disgusting. That's enough for me to hate the game on its own. Like, that's just... but that, Adam, that's basically the reason... One second,
I mean, there's a lot of level design variety.
That's the reason I like 1, though, is that, like, it doesn't matter if you die, basically. You can just... You go as far... It's almost like a procedurally generated game, kind of, almost. Except they're not procedural.
Stage.
It has that same thing where it's like, you know, nobody's ever like, oh, damn, I died on meter 2000 in Sonic Dash. Now I won't get to see 2500. It's all the same thing, you know, really. Music sound like Inspector Gadget for a second.
Oh my god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, are you gonna do the honors?
What honors?
Well, Inspector Gadget came up.
Oh, brown bricks?
Yeah, you gonna say it?
Well, I did now.
Okay.
What was I gonna say about Mario?
Oh, was it your reasons how you feel the way you feel about 3?
I don't have as much of an articulate way to say what I mean about 3. It's just not... I just don't feel compelled to play it as much as I do the other Mario games. That's about it.
I think maybe like... I do kind of wonder if it might get a bit devalued because so many other Mario games are similar.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like, they kind of replace it.
I was thinking that it's kind of a little bit in retro, like in hindsight, like, because I've played a lot of games that came after it, it feels less unique. And I think that's why I appreciate Super Mario World more, is it does still feel unique compared to later Mario games. 3 has just kind of ended up as just the archetype that they used to base like New Super Mario Bros. On.
Super Mario Bros. Super Mario World's a really interesting game because you can tell that it's kind of
I know what I was going to mention. I know what I was going to mention. It just came back to me. I was going to say, a lot of people think of Super Mario World as like the greatest game of all time as well. Like, it gets that moniker quite often. And I definitely don't agree with that, at least. I don't... It's like, it's a well-made game, and it's like influential.
Super Mario
people,
World
like, grew up with it and everything, but I don't think it's the best game that's ever been made.
I feel like it's just one of those games where it came from a very specific era. Like,
it's well put together, you know, and for its time period.
You know what's really funny?
Yeah?
I was about to say the exact opposite.
Oh.
Super Mario World's a really messy game, and I think maybe like it slightly more as a result. Like, I think I admire... Because, like, apparently people who, like, hack that game say that, like, technically it's kind of a mess behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's just cobbled together.
I mean, it was like, it's when... That tends to happen with games that get made as the console it's being made for gets made.
Yeah. Also,
especially back then. Like, nowadays, consoles are just like, in the case of the Switch, for instance, it's kind of just modified mobile architecture that already exists, and there's not really any particular skill set that's required to make games for it. And same with, like, other consoles, they're just kind of little computers, you know?
Yeah.
But back then, like, each console was, like, very particular.
Yeah. And they also had difficulties because apparently Super Mario World had to fit on the same cartridge size as 3, despite being on a system where all the assets were in more colors. And that also, like, can I just say, by the way, the Super Mario World art style is like weirdly inconsistent. There's a lot of sprites that feel like they don't fit.
It's very endearing, in my opinion.
I fucking love the spin jump. It's the only game where the spin jump is like the way it should be.
I see. Yeah, in New Super Mario Bros. U, for instance, it's just a little you do in the air. I do like it there, but it's different.
Yeah, I just think that it's interesting that they added...
If we want to include modern Mario games, I would definitely put New Super Mario Bros. U high up there. That's my hot take. That's one of my favorites, actually. I almost want to call it the best New Super Mario Bros. Game, just because, I mean, I know why people don't really care for it that much, it's the opposite problem of Super Mario Bros. 3, where in, like, going back, it seems less unique because, like, other stuff came after it. This game feels less unique because other stuff came before it that was too similar.
I feel like the entire, like, New Super Mario Bros. Series is kind of like, and there's something, like, upsetting about it, because, like, if it had just been the DS one and then the Wii U one, everybody would fucking love those games.
Those two are my favorites, for sure.
Yeah. It's like Wii is just like a lesser version of U.
Yeah, I think if
two is
Wii
just
and
garbage.
2 hadn't been in between there, U would have stood out a lot more. I think it's just like the most polished Mario game that has ever been made. Like, it's just like you can tell it's like sort of the culmination of just like many years of the things that they've learned making Mario games and everything. And it feels very well considered, and all the level designs are just like fantastic. And also, the challenge mode is like the hardest thing I've done in any official Mario game. So I appreciate it for that as well.
Can I just mention, by the way, though, that the integration of Peachette fucking sucks? I mean, Toadette. I mean, Peach... And there is Peach.
It's called Peachette, yes.
Wait. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Toadette's just the normal character.
Yeah, that's just like, they added that as easy mode. And if you ever use it, you don't get sparkling stars on your profile.
Also, Nabbit sucks.
Yeah, Nabbit is also easy mode, essentially.
It sucks that, like... I'm just gonna be honest, right?
Which, again, you don't get the sparkling stars if you use it.
Sometimes
they punish you for picking easy modes, basically.
Sometimes I get very... Like, when it comes to, like, characters in, like, mainline Mario games, I get very frustrated, because, like, you have like 3D World, right? Which is the best one, like in terms of like having like a nice roster of characters to play as and stuff. But then they do that weird thing with Rosalina where they refuse to give her a separate button for the spin, so then like you just can't use power-ups and spin at the same time, which is really silly. And then you have like the
before about my problems with the level design in 3D World, so I won't rehash that again. I hope people remember how I feel about that game.
I like it still. I played it a lot with like kids though. Like
I see.
Whenever like family members would come over, we'd fucking do the Plessy level, and they'd be like, "Oh man!" You know, like kids are, and that's always nice. And also, like, I think I'm willing to just accept kind of like slightly vapid level design if like just the act of moving is fun.
Welcome, first time chat member.
Yeah, I don't fucking know that either.
Well, he wears Bowser Jr.'s mask. Oh no, ask Miyamoto. He knows everything about Bowser Jr. He's his mom.
It's just weird. Like the cast of that game, you've got like Mario and Luigi, and they don't function differently, which is boring, right? Then you have two Toads, which just act like Mario and Luigi, and everybody.
I like how I've said literally nothing about this game this entire time.
Oh,
it's kind of it's just nice, you know. Like I don't have anything to complain about or anything. It's just I'm just playing a nice little classic Sonic game.
Also, hi, Telethid.
Oh, Teleth. I thought it said Tella the Kid, and I was confused. Oh my god. This does seem like the definitive way to play this game. I've never really heard too much good about Sonic Triple Trouble. Like, I've heard it's kind of like the best Game Gear Sonic game, but then also, like, I don't hear much good about the Game Gear in general, and like every time I look at games on it, I'm just like, jeez, like everything always looks so ugly on the Game Gear.
You know, we could probably belt out a playthrough of the original in like one stream.
Probably.
So
like, I'm always curious to play Game Gear stuff, but then I just kind of look at it and I'm like, ugh. It just kind of looks unappealing. Like, pretty much every... It's, like, I don't like to paint an entire console with, like, one brush, but it's like, every game I see on the Game Gear looks, like, terrible.
I feel like the Game Gear games, they just tend to feel quite claustrophobic.
Was it like really hard to make games for it or something? Or like nobody... I think I remember I was discussing like nobody did it, like for the most part, so like nobody really knew how to make stuff work on it, and... This is
my understanding, right? Which might be wrong. But I think that like, it was a full-color handheld, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe at a time where that required more processing power than was available.
Yeah, I also always hear complaints about the Game Gear eating batteries, like too much.
Oh yeah, it slurped them.
I always hear the screen is kind of cruddy, like it has a lot of ghosting issues.
Consoles that make you do a damage noise.
I'm always... Somehow, every time I see the Game Gear, I'm impressed with how big it is. Like, I forget how big that thing actually is, and then I see one in person, I'm like, oh my god, the Game Gear's so big.
I do not slurp batteries, no! I slurp all the food in the house,
Bis slurps battery acid,
No,
specifically.
No, that was one time. Don't fucking bring that up in front of our audience. Where's everybody lying about me? No. Where's everybody
You slurped battery acid and thought you were gonna die.
Yeah. What was I about to say? There was something. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I think I've probably missed my window to buy a Game Gear Mini and shove it up my ass.
It's a shame that only got released in Japan.
Yeah.
I would've got one.
I feel like at this point, like, I would have to make it like a stretch goal on my Patreon or something, which doesn't exist.
Remember, if I get $300 in donations, we're playing Wario Land Virtual Boy, rather, excuse me, in 3D. I don't know how close we are to that yet. I think I may have gotten $100 in donations so far.
You say only me, Adam, but I think that's just statistically, like, somebody else has got this. It's so small. Somebody must have tried.
Somebody else is a major Sega fan.
Like, if people are putting their nipples in their buttholes, they're
No,
definitely
they're not.
putting the they are. They're putting their nips in their buttholes, Elena.
No,
they know.
How would you? How would? I don't care about the article. It's impossible.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Out of the FlutterBug community, then I'm probably the only, or maybe one of two people who would do it.
You could convince me to do it. I could be persuaded on that, I think.
I turn up at your house and we hang out for a bit, and then I pull out 2 Game Gear minis.
You pull out 2 dice.
No! No! No!
Oh my god.
Oh my
Hi, I'm back.
God.
Hi.
Could you imagine an alternate universe where the purpose of dice is to be shoved up your asshole? And then somebody
it out, and then you see what the number is.
No, I'm not going into that much detail. I don't want to imagine what happens afterwards. But and then I find a DeviantArt journal from somebody who's talking about how one time they were playing like a board game with their mum, and they threw the dice and looked at the numbers when she wasn't looking. That's the illicit activity.
Oh my god. Bis, you're a legend. But I just really didn't do that boss fight very well at all.
You know, actually...
Bye-bye, Chroma. Thanks for joining.
Have a nice sleep! You know, actually, if Battery Acid was part of my brand, it would kind of
you would even be more like the Queen.
I would just be Deltarune Queen.
I can't say the Queen. I have to specify Deltarune, I'm sorry.
I feel like the main difference between me and Deltarune Queen is just that she is incredibly thin, and I am just fucking like
thick.
Like, and I know the Asian man, like on every level, like I have the proportions of a Nendoroid. I can't buy hats that fit me because my skull is too big. I'm very happy for you, darling.
Well, the beanie did say one size fits all.
Oh, they are. They are a lot. That's actually like the one... I think that's like the one... Probably the one area where I exceed Deltarune Queen.
I'm a little...
I'm just a
little bit thick. I got a little bit of thick thighs going.
I'm gonna be honest, right?
Tummy. Yeah?
I'm not super big on Fang the Snoper.
Wow. Hot take.
Did you know that Fang the Snoper has a design based off of both a weasel under Jerboa?
A Weezoa. I think it was slightly off screen for you, but he just got pounded into the ground.
Oh yeah, he just got fucking pounded. Just got nailed into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
Whoa,
Fang the neck.
The sneaky snake! Look at those graphics.
Wait, I just realized.
Graphics. Yeah?
If you combine Fang the Sniper and Knack the Weasel, you get Fack the Wiper. Fack the Wiper? Yeah! Oh my god.
Wiper, not wiping.
I had a really cursed thought at work today.
Oh.
Oh no! You found the toilet paper! Let's get one thing clear! I can wipe my ass all by myself, okay?
I'm surprised I'm not the one who came up with that one. I I'm gonna piss myself laughing. What the? You got me good. Jesus.
I like to imagine him saying that, and like he's turned away from you, but looking over his shoulder, and he has a huge ass.
No, I'm dying. You... No. It's so funny because wiping came up. And then as soon as you were like, as soon as you said I came up with something cursed today, I already knew it was going to be wiping related. And then you said, oh, then I knew what it was going to be, and I started dying.
Next time I get a Patreon commission off you, it's gonna be him with a huge ass.
You already have another one, Bis. I draw 2 things for you this month. You could already force me to draw that.
Ollie, I'm gonna be honest, right?
Yeah.
When it's like the heat death of the universe or whatever, and we've been long dead, it'll be moments like this that made our lives worth it in the first place.
I see it.
Just sharing a moment of pure, unbridled bullshit with you.
Well, Bis, you were very sweet.
Well, I get told that sometimes.
I'm glad people. we can make a joke about wiping someone's ass forcibly.
Wiping the tiny orange scrunkly's ass. Aww.
I'm glad that can be a wholesome moment.
Ass wholesome. Okay, moving on now. Let's move on. Oh my god, Kem, and then there's just...
Because normally this... Because I was gonna say normally he makes a bunch of like gargling noises because you're shoving something in his mouth. He's like, oh, my butt. It's just...
Now it's just a sound of Krakatoa. That's what I'm talking about. No! Tom's having a stroke, not well!
No. I'm like lightheaded. That's why I didn't do my audio check. Let me check.
I'm losing my mind.
Hold on.
Oh my fucking...
That's why I didn't do my audio check. Okay.
Oh my god,
audio check complete.
Oh my god, we need to put the small in the fucking thumbnail for this.
Nobody will know. Hold on, I'm playing the Krakatoa thing because I gotta remember what it sounds like exactly.
After that, can you play the oh no?
Krakatoa.
There it was. There it was.
Can you please do the can you do the oh no on his own, please?
The what?
What?
The what one?
The one where somebody's like, oh no!
I don't. Can you? If you can find that one.
Okay.
Oh, I put in oh no, and it just says oh no fart.
Oh my god, yes! Oh no!
Everything okay in there?
There you go.
Your room's up.
And then somebody's like, "Is everything okay in there?"
Oh my god, I'm dying!
I'm sorry about your headache, Sasha. I hope we're not making it too much worse.
Oh my god, at some point...
This is one of the streams of all time now.
Wretched scum of the earth stream!
Wretched scum of the earth stream! I'm glad you're bringing back the scum of the earth phrase. We should never forget scum of the earth.
Oh, okay. I'm
yeah, Bis, I
recentered.
don't think you were around at the time. But we had to ban our first person from the Discord server the other day. Or yesterday,
Why?
really. Because they were being a weird asshole.
Define
they
a
were
weird
like-
asshole.
Like, they seemed to be ban evading several times. So that was very interesting. They just showed up into the server and were like, "Does anybody here like Andrew Tate?"
Oh,
And
we're
then-
fucking bait.
Yeah, and we were just like, Lynn and I were then like, "No, that guy's like extremely terrible." It was like he's been implicated in like literal, like actual sex trafficking, for instance. And then they were like, "Do you have proof?" And I was like, "Okay, you're banned. Bye." I'm extending no goodwill. No, you're definitely a troll. And then like somebody else just immediately showed up after that, and we banned that person, and another person immediately showed up after that, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I hate that guy. I think everybody who likes him should die painfully." Like they were just being like the exact opposite. And I was like, "No, you're just doing the classic I'm a different person, I swear" routine.
Oh my fucking god.
And then they were like, "Do you have Instagram?" And so no, I was just there. You're out. Bye. And then I was digging into that account, that last one more, because they like had an actual filled out profile. I think that was a stolen account.
Who the fuck is stealing accounts and using them to dick ride Andrew Tate?
I don't know, because like I think it's stolen because everything on there is like has been inactive for like over a year.
Yeah.
And like also the person said they were like 16. So even if that was the actual person who had that account,
Crypto.
they would have been like way too young to be in our community anyway.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel bad about that. It was just an interesting first time. I have no idea how they got here. Because I was just like, it would be, considering this person has been inactive on everything for like a year or two,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense that they would find our community at that exact moment.
I have this like mental image in
They
my
had no
head,
connections with anybody else that I know or anything.
right? I have this meme in my head, right?
Uh-huh.
It's like joining the FlutterBug server and saying Andrew Tate is based and shoving my phone up my ass. And then it's just like, it's the normal image, and there's just the same image, but now the sun has gone down and they look disappointed. The notification stopped immediately.
I
love
was gonna
that
say,
meme, by
I
the
think
way.
they were the Instagram connected to that account had never been used. So I think
Oh.
they were trying to set up some kind of scam potentially with that.
Oh no.
They may have been both a troll and a scammer.
How would you feel if I was the troll and the scammer?
Oh,
Oh, Lena, can I have your credit card number?
no. That's mine, bitch.
Elena, can I have your engagement when I say that Andrew Tate based?
No.
Lena, please debate with me, please. You gotta debate with me. I'm dying of thirst. You gotta debate me. Yeah, there's like some asset reusage in this. That's actually like one of the few things about this that like makes it feel like not a thing that would have existed.
Also, the person stopped showing up after I just like canceled all invites, current open invites for the server, and banned that last person. So I'll open up the invites again later. I'll just have them on under the stream like normal.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's a shame because otherwise everything here feels like there's at least an attempt to make everything feel Sonic 3-esque. So then the use of a
Look
CD
at this
thing
funny.
is kind of funky.
Look at this funny guy. Well, we obliterated him.
They look like a Doug character to me.
You look like a Doug character to me.
Elena, I literally want to tear my own skin off now. That's the worst thing you can say to anybody.
I'm so sorry.
What was I thinking about at work? Oh yeah, I was thinking at work.
Does anybody here remember? Before this, I just wanted to say, does anybody here remember that one time we streamed Rain World and we talked about Doug the whole stream?
Oh.
But I put Doug in the thumbnail. I want to stream Rain World again sometime soon. I still want to finish that game.
Imagine if they modded it into Doug World. Just a little food for thought. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say at work today. I was thinking, work fucking sucks. I hate it. It should burn.
Oh.
Like I had a fucking 11/7 shift today, and like. That's like okay. So basically, when I started, I had a mix of shifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of them were 11/7, and back then the 3/11 shifts were like the hard ones, and I'd cry after every single one of them, and they were terrible, right? But then I started only doing 3/11s, right? And like I became unusually good at them, right? Because they're the ones where you're like the last person out of the department. You gotta like. Basically set everything up for close, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up getting into this situation where like I have like a big galaxy-brained like pseudo-manager mindset whenever I'm like doing that. And like I have like a million tips for like timing and planning different things and like coordinating different parts of the restaurant so that certain things get dirty at the right times for like conveniently swapping from one job to another. It's all this complicated shit, right?
Yeah.
So now, when I'm on 11/7, which hasn't happened in fucking years, it's the first one I've had in years, it's so fucking boring just to be on a normal shift. Like, I'm just there, doing work until I'm allowed to go home. There's no, like, planning. There's no, like, wider thought. No strategy. You just kind of just tolerate it until you go home. And it's mind-numbing. It was like so fucking tiring and boring and slow that halfway through my shift, I forgot what shift I was on.
Oh, this is such a funny scene. Look at this.
And thought that I was gonna like go home in like 2 hours when I was only like halfway through.
Oh, I see.
So anyway, my day's been terrible. It's just what I'm trying to communicate.
Oh, also, Bis, about the previous topic about the server,
yeah?
I had somebody suggest that we write rules for the server to help with a situation like this, and I was just like, I don't know what that would even do in a situation like this. Like, I don't think having rules would have done anything. Like, either way, we knew that this was a person to get rid of, so it's like, you know.
Well, you see, there's actually there's already, like, some built-in rules, like, the server owner can kick you.
Yeah, it's just like, this isn't, like, I think Chroma was saying that, like, some people are sort of, they get kind of stuck on the idea that there needs to be some sort of specific infraction you can point to get rid of somebody from your community. But, like, it's your community, and you don't owe that space to anybody, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, if somebody makes you uncomfortable or is obviously being weird or whatever, you can get rid of them because it's your server, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if there's rules or not. The rule is that I can get rid of anybody I want to, you know?
We are not a government. We are not a company. We're just kind of chuckle fucks.
Yeah.
We will laugh you out of town.
I've thought before, it's like, what would I even write in the rules? Because the things that I would say not to do in the server would just be, like, stuff that, like, if somebody was gonna do that, they shouldn't be in the server in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't need to write what people shouldn't do, because if people don't do them, then, like, they're fine, you know? It's like if somebody needed to be told not to be, like, that you're not allowed to be homophobic in this server, then, like, I don't want them in the server.
Could we have a rule that if anybody does an impression of a British person and makes them sound like they have received pronunciation, we go to their house and beat them to death.
Oh. Uh-oh, there's a timer.
Fucking hell. I fucking hate when... Never mind, I'm not getting on my...
You hate when what?
So, I just hate fucking, like... Never mind, doesn't matter. I was just gonna say I hate received pronunciation being, like...
Oh.
Used as a shorthand for... It doesn't matter, just... I don't even have the edge to talk about it. I don't even have the fucking single, like, Newton of energy it would take to complain.
The single Fig Newton?
Did you know that a Newton of energy is exactly the calorific content of Sir Isaac Newton?
When he's straining and grunting, trying to become as smart as possible so he can discover gravity.
Yes.
Ooh, we're in the snow. Robotnik Winter.
I like the pink ass
I like this
sky.
game a lot. It's really nice.
Yeah. This game took 5 years to make, by the way.
Dang. It shows it. It's really good.
Yeah. How many Chaos Emeralds do you have, by the way?
2, I think.
Oh, okay.
Not great, but... I watched a video about figs last night. And, like, people, it was about how people like to be like, haha, did you know there are dead wasps in figs? And it was just like... It was basically just saying, like, yeah, like, that's how figs work, but also 99% of the time when you're eating something that's made with figs, like, that's not even a consideration, especially because a lot of figs nowadays are the kind that don't get pollinated.
Mm.
If there are seeds in the figs that you are eating, then those would have been pollinated. But, like, it was talking about how, like, when the fig wasp dies in the fig, like absorbs that as nutrients, like, back into the plant. So like most of the time, a fig is going to be picked, and there's not going to be any remnants of the fig wasps anymore.
Oh my god! Imagine how embarrassing it must be to be digested by a fruit.
Well, a fig isn't actually a fruit. In fact, it's an inverted fruit, essentially. Because normally, like, there's a flower, and then it turns into a fruit, but this is like a encapsulated thing, and the flowers are inside of it. And then each of the little individual seeds is actually a fruit.
A plant nut.
Well, there's a lot of wasps that are parasitic in nature, when they have a life cycle that involves another organism. But with fig wasps and figs, it's called mutualism, because they both benefit from their, like, interacting with each other.
Oh, nice.
Yes, because this is how the figs get pollinated. And of course they gain, nutrients from the wasp that dies after it lays the eggs. And the baby wasps, when they are born, they eat through the fig to get out of it. And also the fig protects them as they're growing. So both sides benefit. And then apparently figs can heal themselves too. After the baby wasps are born and chew through the fig then fixes itself. And it prepares itself for, like, another round, potentially. Is that wild?
How do you think they do a fig wasp Pokemon?
Interesting idea. Also, something that I found a little bit disturbing about them is that as soon as they are born, essentially, all the fig wasps mate with each other. Like, they mate with their siblings.
In the fig?
As soon as they exit the fig.
Okay.
But that's an interesting way to reproduce, I suppose.
Wait, so do they mate as larvae?
No, I mean once they've, like, grown into, like, fully being wasps.
Yeah.
The male ones don't have wings. They kind of just look like ants, and that's all they do. Is they're born. They grow into a wasp, and then they mate with their siblings, and then that's it for them. The female ones actually grow wings and fly to find another fig to lay their eggs in. They have a very short, very specific life cycle, essentially.
Fig cest orgy.
It's very interesting. The guy doing the video said that figs are, like, even though an animal dies in the production of them, figs are still considered vegan, because essentially that's just what the wasps do. Like, nobody's killing them on purpose or anything. It's just part of their life cycle that they die in the fig.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine not eating the figs because you're vegan? That'd be just like going up to the wasp and being like, "Stop killing yourself! Stop killing yourself!
Stop reproducing!
Stop devoting yourself to figs!"
It's interesting that it works that way, because normally incest is avoided because it leads to, like, less genetic diversity. Like, usually evolution, selects for, like, individuals who, like, avoid incest, just because, you know, the offspring turn out better that way. So I wonder how that works for them. There we go. I would be curious to learn more about that. I don't know if anybody has studied that thoroughly, or where I would look for such information, but I would be curious how those wasps make that work.
God, could you imagine being a mindless little insect?
Well, I know they don't care, but it's just that, like, normally, like, it's naturally selected against because, it prevents a lot of genetic diversity, as I mentioned, so... Something else interesting that it talked about is normally fig trees do not produce their figs, unless there are pollinators, right? Unless the fig wasps are there, because they don't want to waste energy on something that's not going to help them reproduce, essentially, right? But nowadays, there's a lot of fig trees that don't have, or that have fruits that don't get pollinated at all, right? They just grow the fruits anyway. And that is purely because of human intervention, because suddenly humans will still eat those figs, and so they desire them, and they will replant those trees. So it's actually beneficial to them to not actually fertilize their figs, because they will still get to reproduce anyway, because humans will replant them.
Do you ever think about the epigenetic factors of apples?
What?
Do you ever think about apples and the epigenetic factors that influence their taste?
No. What?
Okay. Well, that thing, isn't there? Like, every single, like you can't breed apples. Like, every single apple seed, like, seed that grows effectively has an almost randomized taste. And that's why, popular types of apples have to be done via cuttings.
I was gonna say, don't they breed them via cuttings?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same with the figs, is they use cuttings to grow more fig trees. Did you know there's a hypothesis that figs were the first domesticated, like, organism by humans? Like, that was the first thing that humans ever cultivated?
Wait, so you're telling me the Bible is canon?
What?
Because don't they fuck a fig leaf in that or something?
I don't know! It was just because there's evidence of the non-pollinated figs, in, like, a human settlement from 11,000 years ago.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, which is long
Also
before most other agriculture was like invented.
Also, I should probably clarify, I'm joking, because people always depict Adam and Eve with, like, fig leaves on their crotch.
Okay.
That's my
That's where
epic
my
joke.
mind went to, but I had no idea. That was a weird joke.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome for me calling your joke weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you weird in a minute.
That's fine, I am weird.
Yeah, you're weird.
I call myself a weirdo zombie girl online.
Can I just mention that I was part of a fucking quiz winning team before the stream?
Oh.
Yeah, me and Callie were in a game of Jeopardy.
Oh.
Kind of. Yeah, it was pretty great. It was like a nice balanced session because you get the moments of triumph, you get the moments where we doinked it up a bit, and then you get the bit at the end where we staked it all on a big gamble.
Why is Knuckles
and
still
won.
fighting Sonic in this, by the way, if this is ostensibly after Sonic 3?
I don't know, play the game.
I am playing the game! Uh-oh, I've gone low frame rate mode. Did you see that? Look at me.
Play it a little bit harder.
Whoa,
It is
I'm low frame rate. I should probably go turn the light on.
It is kind of annoying that, like, in a lot of the, like, B-tier, like, Sonic games, like, a lot of the mobile, like, handheld ones from, like, the late 90s and early 2000s, they would just have Knuckles be tricked again. That was, like, his thing. It's really annoying because
Knuckles' dumbass era.
Yeah. Because, like, I feel like in the mainline titles, he's tricked only twice. And the second time, it's like, it kind of makes sense.
He's kicking my ass.
We'll just only hit him when he's vulnerable.
Well,
just think. For like a second. I don't know, it just feels like he's just always trying to attack. Even when he's doing No! Stop! Don't you fucking lean in. Lean away! Lean away now! Get out of my personal space!
I gotta go turn the light on anyway, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, I got kind of derailed. But I kind of got derailed. But I was just gonna mention.
Thank you. I like being pretty.
At the just mentioning with the fucking quiz thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason we won is like the last. There was like the final Jeopardy thing, where it's like a big question and everybody gambles on it. Everybody went all in on the final question, which was just order these consoles via how much.
You said I was sitting at a desk? Yeah, I sit on the floor. In fact, I have a chair here that I don't sit on.
Elena's a little floor zombie.
I have a chair right here and I don't sit on it.
But it was like the question was like order these consoles via their sales figures. Switch, Wii, GameCube, N64, SNES, NES.
I think the Wii was
NES
still
wasn't in there.
the Switch.
No, actually, no, the Switch actually overtook.
Okay.
In fact, it's the fact that we knew that won it. Because everybody else, or at least the team that would have beaten us otherwise, still thought the Wii was higher selling.
Yeah, last I heard, the Wii was still doing better. I was like 50-50 on it. I was like, well, it might have passed it by now. So that means the Switch is like they're like best-selling console ever now.
It's funny because with the exception of the Wii and the Switch, every successive console they've made has sold less than the last. It's like if you delete the
Wii and the Switch are their best ones. Oh hey,
Yeah,
I remember you showed me this part.
Yeah.
This part's cute.
I like how this is such a like
You would make a
Mega
thing that
Drive
looks
tech
like
demo
this.
thing. Maybe
This is
I
also
would.
best car.
I don't know if I do stuff like this as much nowadays.
You should. It's like your calling card.
Oh.
This is stuff that always impresses me the most that you do. Is when you do something like this. I would have no idea how to even go about something like this.
I think
Whenever
this
I
is
want some cool visual effect, I go to you for it.
Oh, that means a lot. Thank you.
Like all the 3D stuff I've done. I'm very glad I had you for... Because knowing you and knowing you could do that stuff is what was like, okay, I want to do some 3D stuff because I can get Bis to do it for me. like you unlocked like a new thing that I can do in my games that I couldn't have before.
Aww. Catch mention, by the way.
Yeah.
Sonic on the snowboard, so cute. Look at this little bitch.
My favorite cute Sonic sprite is from the original game when he slides down hills on his butt. Sonic's a little slidey butt. I like that. So, Bis, did you know in Shantae and the Pirate's Curse you get to see human Roddy Tops?
Okay, I'm going to bed. Good night.
You get to see what you look like not as a zombie.
I don't care. What's the point? That is true. That is just his damaged sprite, but animated.
I like that you get to be on the snowboard for this for so long there. I'm gonna be the Nintendo 64 streamer again soon, because there's like a bunch of Nintendo 64 games I'm planning to stream.
What's your favorite Nintendo 64?
The Pikachu one.
Aww, okay, that's actually a genuine answer. I'm kind of pleased.
Actually, I think better. I like the clear plastic ones. I'm always a sucker for that.
Can I be really honest here?
Yeah.
I really wish that there was if there was ever like an official Bis game, like an official game about me specifically. I think I'd make it a Hey You Pikachu clone.
Hey you, Bissy Boo.
Or Pokemon Channel, like same thing. Honestly, they're like in the same ballpark.
Remember when I found the Rayman 2, I think, Dreamcast game that came with a free T-shirt being sold for $999?
Oh dear.
The T-shirt's not free anymore.
T-shirt's not free anymore.
That T-shirt ain't free anymore. That's a really expensive heckin' T-shirt now. Ow.
God, I'm a little bit sleepy.
Aw.
I just didn't get much sleep last night, and I woke up way too early today, and I've done a million
Yeah, because you were like, I
things.
gotta go to bed early, and then you just kept messaging me and Callie for like hours.
Because I kept things to talk about.
I see.
Bet you don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone.
Oh, I was gonna say also in my schedule, or my planned streams is I still want to do the single player in Nick All-Star Brawl. I thought that would be fun to stream. I just haven't had time for it yet.
There's single player in that?
Yeah, there's an arcade mode.
What the fuck?
And they've added new characters, so there's some characters I haven't beaten on very hard yet, so
Ooh, nice.
I'm gonna do that on stream. Because our Nick All-Star Brawl streams do very well on YouTube, so I want to play more of that game.
Oh my god, I can't believe you're a sellout already.
What?
Joker.
Wow.
I'm joking.
It's nice. I maybe wouldn't even have bothered to play the rest of the single player if it weren't for knowing that I'd probably get views for it.
Oh.
Ah. Ah. Do. Oh my god.
When are they gonna make Smash Run 2?
That would be cool. Probably at the same time they make Subspace Emissary too. How likely do you think it is that they're gonna make another Super Smash Bros. Game at this point? Or do you think what's going to happen to that series now?
Like long run, there's absolutely no way they're not going to do another.
Yeah. Here's another question on top of that. How likely do you think it is that if they do another one, it will have Sakurai? At least, I mean, I could see him being there, but not in like such a big role, you know?
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is that they're probably not going to do another Smash until a console bombs. And then it will immediately happen. In fact, no, the second the sales reports come in that the Switch 2 has bombed, there'll be like a logo they post, and that'll be it!
The cycle that Nintendo's currently in is they go their best-selling console ever, their worst-selling console ever. Or it's like worst-selling ever, best-selling ever, worst-selling ever, best-selling ever. So I think their next console's gonna be shit.
I genuinely I just hope it's the end. Please be the end. And like, I don't know if the thing is that like it's not gonna happen, right? But I think if they do another Smash game, they need to be willing to like rethink some stuff from the ground up. Smash is like a weird series, and like a lot of the
more of a reboot.
Yeah, it needs to be more of a reboot because the fucking mindset that different characters are designed with, it's so contradictory.
Yeah.
Like, you got Mario, who was back from when, like... It's weird because Smash used to feel kind of more interpretive in a lot of ways. Like, it felt like they turned Mario into a certain archetype, you know? They turned Captain Falcon into a certain archetype. They, like... Like Samus does not play, like, any Metroid game. It's like she's designed to be a Smash character based on Samus. But then you get shit like Min Min and fucking Terry Bograt and fucking...
Did somebody say Min Min? There she is.
Yeah, I said...
That's my wife.
Oh my God, it's Min Min. It's your noodle wife.
Min Min's my wife.
Aww. I actually, oh god, I want to make like a 3D Smash like for a while, like a really like pared down sort of thing as like a
the stream has started.
But like the main reason I like haven't pulled the trigger on that at any point unless
Okay, the stream is back.
Kevin's just saying they should make ARMS too.
I agree. There should be another ARMS.
Yeah, I think
I've been getting a big kick out of ARMS recently.
I think they need to give ARMS another go. Honestly, ARMS was good. Well, I mean, it was good, except I suck at it.
It's the one fighting game I'm any good at.
It's weird how ARMS is like the midpoint between a fighting game and a shooter.
Oh. I mean, it was made by the Splatoon people.
The Spleeple.
It has Splatoon-style world building in it too, which is great.
Arms and legs! Arms to legs!
Because yeah, it's got my favorite motion controls out of any motion control game that's ever been made, which I think is saying a lot. Because it's just, like, I always really struggle with fighting games and understand, like, I can't figure out fighting games very well, but the motion controls make it so intuitive, you know? Because it's just, you punch, that's a punch, you know? And like, so, like, I get the basics so well that, like, I can figure out the more intricate parts of it.
Yeah.
And thankfully, Sasha really clicked with it really quick, too, so she was able to keep up with me, and it was really fun. Because I was like, I'm gonna go easy on you, because you're just learning, because I expected it to be more like when I played with you, Bis, but she picked it up a lot faster than you, so... So I very quickly had to stop going easy because she was kicking my ass otherwise. I don't want to play ARMS with you, Cam, because then I know I'm not gonna have fun if I just... because you're gonna kick my ass! I had a lot of fun with Sasha because we were like equal skill level, just about. I think I still won most of the time, but like, it was always close. You're gonna kick my ass with your hands.
Oh my god, Kim, that's a powerful strategy.
Bis, are you sleeping? Bis, you're responding to stuff in your sleep that didn't even happen, I think. Bis!
Sorry.
Should we end the stream now?
No,
Have you reached your
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Do-do-do-do.
Could somebody please stab me in the leg?
No. I'll bite you in the leg with my very sharp teeth, though.
Oh. Okay, can you do that now?
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't keep doing this or I'll be a hypocrite because I told people they can't bite on the stream.
Oh, thank you, Kim. I know I could count on you.
No biting during the stream. Can somebody please stab me next? Just anywhere. I want to get stabbed, please. Thank you.
Just don't say just anywhere! That's too much where!
That's what?
Don't say anywhere, it's too much.
Okay. Thanks, Cam.
Oh, you can always count on Kim to stab us.
Yeah, thanks.
Imagine if Kim should get the Sephiroth sword so she can do both of us at once. Well, okay, so, like, it's Elena. I'm assuming Elena's not fucking trying to chomp like a shark.
Maybe I am.
I know. You see, I know some. Okay. Okay, so there was a bit of screaming. I hedged my bets. I know some people who would just fucking shred me immediately, but you're probably not one of them.
I give bites to order.
Yeah, you're a service shark.
I mean, my nickname is Sharks.
Yeah.
As we all know and love.
I like that nickname for you. It's like
funny.
it's like a little bit bullshit, and that's kind of what makes it nice.
I had to switch to Tails. It's the first time I've had to do that in forever.
Yeah.
Sonic's dead, but now he's back instead.
Imagine if they made a reboot of quote-unquote Shark Tank, but it's just you.
I've had autocorrect try to correct my name to sharks a couple times too, Cam, so it's not just you.
Imagine if they made a reboot of Dragon's Den, but it was just Arrow. The joke here is that Dragon's Den is just the British version of Shark Tank. I love how they fought. I love how you've got to assume that they thought the title Dragon's Den was too subtle for Americans. Yeah, they're like, oh well, because it makes sense because it's like dragons. It's like, yeah, they have a hoard of money, and they're also aggressive beasts that you're like, in the den of, right? Yeah, but then Shark Tank is just like, scary thing, you're next to it. Oh, in Canada it was Dragon's Den? Yeah, this really is just that they were condescending to Americans. Just assumed they wouldn't get it.
I just
Watch
think
this Dragon's Den. Is it like Game of Thrones? Sorry, go on.
I just think of Shark Tank as the show that's on when I'm at my grandma's house.
Oh.
It's the only time I've ever watched it.
We all have a relative that watches daytime TV. Unfortunately. God, I fucking hate daytime TV. It sucks. I fucking hate, like, Homes Under the Hammer. I hate fucking, like...
Oh, you mean this old house?
That's probably what it is. I hate... Is it Come Dine With Me? I hate Come Dine With Me. Come Dine With Me. It's the one where people have to cook each other... It's the one where people cook each other food and then like they and invite them over and you rate the food but also the conversation. And then there's this one which is like it's like one where like a load of bed and breakfast owners have to go to each other's bed.
I had a thought that I want to point out before I forget. I like that the animals in the underwater robots this time are actually animals that would live underwater. So when you let them out of the tank, they like they're in the water and they live there. Yeah,
it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
What did I say?
Well, he said it.
Kem, what are you reacting? It's probably just Come Dine With Me, I guess. Because I say come the same way I say come, because it's like my accent. And I also say cuck the same way I say cuck.
I mean, come and come are just the same. I don't think there's any accent about it.
Oh. No, I think there could be somebody who's like, come, and come.
I see, yeah.
I think Matt and I would say that, like, that way. Oh.
It sounded like a Wario voice to me.
Come with me! Come with me! But yeah, there's this one where a load of bed and breakfast owners have to fucking, like, visit each other's bed and breakfast and then rate it. Hate that one, that's shit.
I see, yeah.
I hate all the fucking... Oh god, I fucking hate all the morning news programs. Those all suck. They're awful. I hate any daytime TV where they show a clip of somebody walking into a building and they speed it up. Oh, also I hate any show where there's a shot of, like, a shot where the camera circles somebody and it's sped up. And the person's crossing their arms because they're
like slow down.
Yeah.
They like go, like that.
Yeah. Also, I hate reality TV. Also, with some small exceptions, like Robot Wars is good.
Oh yeah.
Robot Wars is pretty good.
These robots.
Yeah. And also they have wars. I love how one of Meta Knight's taunts and brawls is literally just him saying, "Come!" And then he flaps his wings while standing.
You ever think about how apparently with the announcer voice for Duck Hunt, they tried really hard to make sure that the two words were separate?
Yeah, Duck Hunt! Oh my god, invalid username saying thoughts on the Hell's Kitchen bloke. I actually have a pretty low opinion of like the two big TV chefs.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, you have Gordon the Ramsay, and then you have fucking Jamie Oliver, who's just a putrid little fucking slime ball. Fuck Jamie Oliver. Okay, hot take here, right? Jamie Oliver.
I've gone in a big circle. What am I doing here?
Oh yeah. I think this is Maze adjacent.
Oh, now this opened. What did I even do to open that?
But yeah, I think Jamie Oliver should be sealed in a magic sword for 1,000 years. But yeah, like, I think with Gordon Ramsay, it's like, I don't know, like, just shut the fuck up, man. Like, nobody needs to hear your negativity. Just fucking tone it down a little bit. And then also there's that really embarrassing YouTube video where he, like, tries to make a grilled cheese and he fucks it up. But
acts like he did a really good job.
Yeah, acts like he's a fucking genius. Just Emperor's New Clothes bullshit. Jamie Oliver, I hate for reasons outside. Jamie Oliver, like, his entire thing was... He was, like, a TV cuck, right? And then he, like, went on, like, a big crusade against, like, turkey Twizzlers or whatever they were. They were like a food that was served in British schools, right? Mm-hmm. And he did all these stupid, like, reality TV shows where he's like,
oh wait, I think I've seen a thing about this guy before, actually.
We took all the food that you eat in a week and
it wasn't Knuckles, it's been Metal Sonic all along.
Stolen valor. Go kill the bastard. But, like, he did some shows, like, one of them was one where he literally just, like, would go to a family that ate, quote-unquote, unhealthily, right? Mm-hmm. Take all the food they ate in a week and put it in a giant blender and go, look at how gross that looks now I've blended it. That's what you've been eating.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what's inside you? Is that what he was trying to say?
Yeah. And it's, like, so fucking silly. And then, like, since, like... And then his, like, TV career ended, but now he just occasionally just comes out of some bullshit,
I think the thing that I saw was him, like, trying to, like, teach kids how chicken nuggets are made, right? Like, going through the process with them. And they're like, now that you've seen how those were made, do you still want to eat them? And then, like, almost all of them are just like, yeah. They just still eat them. And then they still aired it for some reason, even though he looks like a jackass now.
Apparently, he, like, banned his kids from taking selfies. They're not allowed to take pictures of... No. Specifically, he banned his daughter.
Oh, of course.
Honestly, I could hear that he had his foreskin pulled over his head, and I wouldn't feel bad for him.
Well, because you'd be the one who did it.
Yes! Just a little sad, pathetic man fucking going on his little fucking crusade over breaded turkey. Thinking he's some fucking super savior. Okay, so I should probably mention the thing where it turns out it's Metal Sonic. This scene is new to the 16-bit version.
Okay.
It's just them compensating for the fact that the story of the original because, like, the thing is that, like, the Game Gear games kind of
sucked.
Well, no, it's more like the Game Gear games existed in their own sort of, like, weird, simplified canon.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Like, Supersonic was never a thing in the Game Gear games.
Oh, they put Supersonic back in this one now.
There's, like... All the stories took place on South Island,
this is
the
very
location
difficult. Oh no, not a game! Oh, I don't want to do the whole maze thing again. No. Oh.
But yeah, all the Game Gear games take place on South Island, which is the setting of Sonic 1.
Oh no, I don't have to. Oh, okay, okay.
Eggman is more of just a reoccurring cartoon villain type thing.
Wasn't there a thing that was like eating a hot dog will like removes like 38 hours from your lifespan?
Or
that's
38
not minutes,
real.
Excuse me.
That's not real. It's just, it's like it's this ridiculous thing where it's like, well, if we take somebody whose life expectancy is 10 years less, and then we guess how many hot dogs they've eaten, it doesn't work like that. That's not how that fucking works. You can't make estimates like that. It's just silly.
Oh, beans. Well, hot dogs have carcinogens in them.
No, they're just, everything has oxygen's a carcinogen, you fucking clown!
One of the videos I was watching recently mentioned that, like, there's a lot of things that early humans did that are, like, contain, like, a lot of carcinogens, like smoking food to, preserve it. They were talking about, like, why that didn't really matter to early humans is because probably one of the reasons why so many people die of cancer now is that we live long enough to get it. So back then, the more often thing that would have done you in would have been something else.
Yeah.
Like just poor nutrition, things like that, so...
Wizards of Yale put a curse on hot dogs.
The reason why we are so much more careful with avoiding carcinogens now is that A, we know about them, and B, they're more of a thing that we as modern humans have to worry about.
Yeah. You know, I watched a video once talking about how it's statistically unexplained why whales don't have more cancer.
Oh.
Like, given the amount of cells in their body, they should have way more cancer than they seem to.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there was, like, a load of stuff, like, the idea that maybe they're so big that when a cancer develops, the cancer develops its own cancers, and there's, like, a weird gridlock where, like, the different factions of the cancer fight for resources of each other, some nonsense like that. I don't know, it's just interesting. It's just some food for thought. I just like the idea of a cancer gridlock.
What about the single-celled dog?
Oh, whoa. I told somebody at work about that a bit ago. My boy Sean. Sean is always.
I told Cass and Lynn about it recently. I remember.
Could you imagine if I had a tumor and I was just like, "Hey, this is Rex." You okay, darling?
That's funny.
I like how there's like a bit of weird like Sonic 4 influence here with the fact that Metal Sonic has like a little rocket ship, little vehicle to himself.
But I really suck at this boss fight.
Okay, so here's an idea. When he's electric, don't.
I know, not to.
But you keep doing it!
Because I'm trying to hit him when he stops being electric.
Well, but when he's about to start being electric...
Good night, Cam.
Sleep well, Cam. Good night. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna go give Cam a good night DM.
I know dead whales tend to explode. That happened one time when I think it was being transported for research purposes on like a big truck, and they were just like stopped in like sort of like a shopping district type of area, and it just like exploded and like coated like the buildings. That was lovely.
I find it really cool that cats are just immune to fall damage. Wheels explode at impact from heights.
It's just like elephants can't. Elephants are the only mammal that is incapable of jumping because of their massive weight. It would break their legs. They also can't.
Okay.
They're also the only mammal that can't run.
Okay, so actually, I think you're wrong here.
Yeah.
I think they can jump. They've just never been motivated.
I see.
I think if you possessed an elephant, right, and felt emotions stronger than an elephant could ever feel, you could probably jump like a millimeter up.
Oh.
You could do that, and I mean, it probably would break the legs.
Well,
but, like,
dead whales are a good time for deep sea creatures.
I think that whenever we find a dead whale, we should do the respectful thing and send it into low Earth orbit.
You witnessed Pokey jump? Oh my god.
Pokey can jump? Pokey jump moments?
Also, when elephants charge, they're technically just walking fast. They're not actually running.
Yeah, because running requires a part of the stride where, like,
yeah, they're so big.
Yeah.
They're so big that just walking fast is good enough.
Did you know that elephants are actually shit?
Oh.
And if you ever see an elephant with sweaty ears, it's just a murder machine now. Leave it alone.
I've talked about before that apparently that elephants have like an exact lifespan that they cannot live past.
Oh. They're just born with a time bomb in
It's
them.
basically just because they only they don't just grow teeth forever. They have a certain set amount of cycles of teeth that they'll grow, and eventually their teeth will fall out and a new set won't grow in, and then they just can't eat anymore.
Well, just give them a smoothie. How old could an elephant get to if we gave them smoothies?
I don't know.
This feels like a Carl Pilkington observation.
It does. It really does. Sasha likes elephants.
Top 10 fucking elephants. Number 1, Dumbo the fucking piece of shit from Disney.
It was a particularly special elephant that the Oregon Zoo had because it was the first elephant bred in captivity, and that was a whole special thing that they did basically. And he lived his whole life at the zoo. I think he lived to be 57 or something like that.
Elena, I've just decided to want to get commission from you this year.
What?
It's an image of you, and you're in prison, right?
Yeah.
And you're holding up a little loaf that has ears and a trunk, and you're first elephant bred in captivity.
Oh, thanks. But anyway, they have a big mural of him in the elephant area at the zoo, and he was so tall, just his leg is taller than I am.
I mean, to be fair, my leg is
It's a big
taller than you
elephant. Oh wow. He was a big guy.
I'm sorry, I wanna...
You'd better be sorry.
I just like the idea...
You're just goofing on everything I'm talking about right now.
I just love the idea of a loaf of a little rice and the rice and then with your fucking mouth and your teeth. Oh no!
Oh my god.
I think that's a cute... it feels like a B-grade Sanrio or something. You know? Oh, giraffes are disgusting. I hate them.
I've also talked about this on the stream before, but what about the fact that elephants have, been evolving, in real time to stop having trunks because of human poachers?
I think
not trunks,
tusks.
yeah, tusks. They still have trunks, sorry.
Could you imagine how embarrassing it'd be to see an elephant that just has, a normal nose?
But yeah, I think it's interesting, because it's just, all the ones that are born with tusks most likely get killed by the poachers. So the ones that don't have tusks, there's no incentive to kill them. So they live on and they breed, and then their offspring also don't have tusks. And it's been such a huge evolutionary pressure on them that it's been happening within human lifespan. So it's kind of wild.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's like there's a lot of, like, elephants use their tusks for a lot of things. Like, they're kind of an important part of their body. But the pressure of not being killed by poachers has outweighed the, like, the loss of benefits from having tusks, essentially.
Uh-oh, infighting. Whoa, look at them go. Get fucked, Fang. Get fucking destroyed.
Hey, this is like Sonic Mania. Kind of. I remember something like this in Sonic Mania.
What the fuck are these little diglets?
I don't know. Well, look at this. I like this effect. Seems like something Traveler's Tales would have done.
Yeah. Normalize ripping your oppressors in half? Damn. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes you kinda just have to, don't you?
I used to like that channel by the Traveler's Tales guy, but then he eventually just kind of was a weirdo.
You say elephants are assholes and that a creature reasonably intelligent will become an asshole. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I agree. One second. Let's let me have a look. Look at the message above that. Oh yeah. I should probably mention for the VOD viewers. Adam was talking about an incident where an elephant ripped its owner in half because it was overworked. I'm gonna be honest here, right? I think chimps are awful. I think those shouldn't exist anymore. Just because they love just ripping people's faces off, and I'm sick of it. I think it's about time we stop them once and for all.
I see. I talked before about how, like, octopuses are probably about as smart as we are, but they don't, like, they don't live long enough to do anything with it. And also they live solitary lives, so they don't do anything collectively with each other. Like, they don't communicate with each other or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, he's worse than... I just remembered him just being, like, mildly, like, eh. I didn't know he was that bad.
I mean, he put, like, a Jesus fish in a Sonic game, so I'm basically ready to throw hands anyway.
I was gonna say, I thought he was, like, a weird Christian or something like that. And he had some sort of startup thing that people didn't really care for.
Like, I don't know what... Like, I think I vaguely remember that he might have been, like, a shit boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm gonna be honest, which, like, kind of just feels normal. Like, that's just, like, not in a way to excuse it, but, like, it feels like the industry is, like, it feels like, especially back then, like, the state of the industry was just that, like, it was just, I mean... What's that about?
Oh yeah, I've learned before about how humans seem to have min-maxed for eating cooked food. Like the entire way our body is set up is with the idea of eating food that's been cooked. Like we've basically outsourced part of the digestion process to cooking.
Oh, okay, so yeah, this is exactly okay. So this is roughly what I thought. Like NFTs and crunch sounds about right. I guess I may. Go on.
Well, I was gonna say, and human species developed cooking before the kind of humans that we are existed too. Like, cooking is older than we are. And I saw this brought up in just sort of talking about how like raw diets just kind of are nonsense. It's like we're literally evolved to eat cooked food. There's no particular health benefits to not doing that. Like, that's not more natural for us or anything. Cooking food is natural to humans. Here we go.
I feel like the idea of natural is just kind of like flawed.
I see.
Like people need to,
because they were like, oh, it's more natural if you don't cook the food, you know. But it's actually, well, in human nature to cook food, so it's like, no. Anyway, go on.
the problem is that people make up really like the problem is that like in order for something to be natural, there has to be a contextual understanding of where the cutoff point is.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything
I think this is something that illustrates that.
Yeah, because everything is natural fundamentally in so much as everything is a result, everything is causally linked to what happened before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just have to pick a point at which you stop considering things natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like the nature, like I don't know. I'm too tired to get into this.
I see.
Elena, can you pack my soapbox away? I think I'm gonna go to sleep. Oh yeah. Oh god, I'm gonna be. Okay, Invalid Username says, okay, but you're forgetting the alpha males who eat exclusively raw meat and then die from lack of nutrition, just like Jod intended.
Right, it's like, they're like, cooking food destroys nutrients, and like, that is true on some level, but it also creates a lot more nutrients. Like the amount of extra nutrients you get out of cooked food completely outweighs anything that's lost.
Can I just say, by the way, that I love that one tweet?
One of the reasons why we cook so much food.
I love that one tweet from Alex Jones where he's like stood with like just a plate of burgers and sausages and like chicken wings and beef and all this shit. He's like, I'm eating meat for 4th of July! Fuck you, old blammer!
Oh.
It's like it's like what a sad little creature he is. He's like, he thinks he's really got one over on Obama this time. Like Obama isn't vegetarian. He doesn't give a shit. It's funny
He's
as well
just
because
like Eggman. Thinks Obama cares about whether or not the moon gets pissed on.
Oh my god!
Ooh,
You're
look
so
at this
fucking
effect.
right. Oh yeah, I love this. It's so cool.
Ooh.
Do you ever think about the fact that Alex Jones is like this little red potato? This little red potato.
You ever think about the little fuzzy potatoes that prairie dogs are? They're little fuzzy potatoes. I love them.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, that's kind of cute.
I like prairie dogs.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
I saw some prairie dog videos recently, so I've been thinking about them. Do they sound like squeaky toys? They make such high-pitched little squeaks.
That's kind of cute.
Wow, just like
cute.
you.
What?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
you're kind of cute.
Oh.
Kinda, maybe, sorta.
Okay. What are prairie dogs based on?
What do you mean, what are they based on?
Because if
Oh, your joke. Oh, it's the
Prairie
joke.
dogs.
Oh, you're doing the joke. Oh,
I saw a compilation.
I understand
of those
now.
I saw a compilation of those today, and there was like some obvious ones, like you're telling me a shrimp fried this. Classics like apartment complex. I find it quite simple. I love that one. And then I check out like, a lot of other ones. But then like there are some other ones I've not heard before, like what's upstairs? They can't talk, idiot.
What was I gonna say?
Chef's kiss? Really?
Just put me before the boss, huh? Yeah, this is redoing this
The
a little.
bird?
I'm probably gonna call this good here because,
Oh, can I do one more?
yeah. We're
The
getting
bird
close to
flu?
2 hours, and I'm just gonna call it here.
The bird flu. Yeah, they tend to do that.
Hey everybody, here's the Skrunkly. I'm gonna put a Skrunkly emote on Twitch. There's a Skrunkly emote in the Discord server. If you're in there, you can play with it already.
Yeah.
Sorry, no invites for that at the moment. So if you're not in there yet, please check back underneath the stream soon. I'll have it back.
Adam in chat says, "Damn, you're telling me an entire cis team built this chapel?"
You're welcome, Telepith. I'll be back tomorrow, actually. I'm gonna play Big and Small House.
Oh my god.
Maybe some other Flash games. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know in the server or Twitter or whatever. And then I'm gonna play Shovel Knight Dig, and I'll show off my Shovel Knight stuff as well. So that'll be fun. And then,
Bis and Small.
after that, I will be back on Sunday, and we'll be doing Cuphead and Prey. Yeah. So that's upcoming for the rest of the week.
Oh, nice stuff lined up.
Oh, I do like that Bullet Bill game. I remember playing that as a kid. That would be cool. Yeah, I'll play.
Yeah, I know you meant big and small. It's just a funny
I'll play a
typo.
couple things. But yeah. See you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. I'm gonna go and curl up and then roll down a hill into a ditch.
Okay. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.